Aquarius to read for. I've been trying to read for you for 2 days. And, it keeps, like, I keep getting these conflicting or confusing messages. It's almost like you're right in the middle of making a decision, and whatever you decide is, like, theoretically where your path is going to diverge, where you're going to go. But every time I try to, it's like you're literally in the middle of making that decision. So I see you going left, right, left, right, left. And it's like, it's confusing, right? It's been a lot. So make up your fucking mind so we can get on with the reading. No, I'm just playing. But, I mean, make up your mind. But also, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Tall whites. Uncertainty, distrust, and guarded. Alright, so yeah, the uncertainty, that's hella what I'm tapping into. Guarded energy, I get that. Distrustful energy, I get that too. So let's see. So I definitely feel your uncertainty about a situation. Okay. So with the Ace of Oysters or Ace of Pentacles in reverse, this is like, I feel like you could have rejected somebody in the past, or like not took an offer, I guess, or kind of like rejected an offer from somebody. The Queen of Swords in reverse, it could have been an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. And I feel like they even though you rejected an offer or didn't take it up, it's like they kept the door open for you, like a door of opportunity or something. With the moon in reverse, could be a Pisces, right? It could be dealing with a Pisces. The moon in reverse, though, is like something that you didn't realize or you didn't see in the beginning. With rejecting this offer, it brought good fortune to you, right? Good karma. Whatever it was, it's like you didn't even see that it would benefit you in the long run. And I do see good fortune coming, right? The Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor here. Yeah, with the Eight of Swords in reverse, it's like you were looking at the bigger picture, right? It's like you were looking um, at things in like, I want to say like retrospect, but it's like through like a wider lens, right? Like you could see more of the situation, the shit that was below the surface, right? And with the Eight of Swords in reverse, it's like refusing like this self-imposed prison that you would have like put yourself into, right? This could have been a relationship offer. It's almost like you had the foresight to understand like there was no future in it, right? Two of Swords is like really guarded energy, like protecting your heart. If you notice, the flamingos represent swords in this deck, and with Absalom, you know, using them to like kind of guard over his heart there, you kind of see that. And if you notice, he's above water, right? Above his emotions, right? There's just this guardedness. And it even says in the first card, the 12 whites, guarded, right? So, and with the distrust, it's like, yeah. And now you kind of like see where this like uncertainty was like coming from. Like you're like, I don't know. But then it's like you have strong intuition. And I feel that you chose the path less traveled, and that's what brings you great fortune. Alright? You saw yeah, we have the King of Wands. Yeah, that's hella your energy, right? Divine masculine, fire energy. Whether you're male or female, that's what you're showing up as. Kind of standing in your truth, being logical, using your reasoning, right? That's that masculine energy, like not just letting your emotions kind of run the show like divine feminines typically do, right? And so, and honestly, like that's why we need a good balance of the masculine and the feminine within us, because we kind of venture back and forth in our life, right? Like, the divine feminine is like, I have feelings, I need to explore them, and the divine masculine is, I have feelings, I need to understand them, you know. And so there's less action, more thinking in that you know regard. But masculine is one to take action on the right things, you know, with like an educated kind of mindset, having thought everything through. So we have the Two of Cups, followed by the Death card, and then Justice in reverse. Two of Cups tells me that this could have been a karmic connection or karmic relationship that you let go of, right? With the Death card, you kind of brought an end to it. If you notice, it's the same characters, right? Same characters. She's, you know, here's the connection, but she's like, nope, putting an end to it. Done. The Red Queen. And I feel this energy too that, like, it's kind of like a warning. Like, had you have gone with this individual, they probably, like, betray you or make you feel defeated in some way, or like, you know, it never like would have panned out in that regard. It's kind of like Like, I see her, like, just kind of moving forward, moving on, walking away from that connection, you know, putting an end to it. So, and with the justice in reverse, like,
Hey, Mom. I think it's
here, hold on. Okay, so with the justice in reverse, yeah, he left the door open, hold on. Alright, I'm back. That's my son, who's also a Leo. Always coming in while I'm doing the Leo readings. It's funny. Total Leo energy, too. He's like, Mom, you're gonna have to cut that video short because I'm ready to go. And I'm like, bro, I'm gonna do the video and then go. Like, jeez, total Leo. He's like, everything happens on my time. So justice in reverse. Right? I feel like it's kind of like saying, like, the justice in reverse, right? Following up, like, the two of this is kind of like showing, like, you had two ways of going, right? Being at that crossroads, two of swords. Had you been with them, like, it would have ended very quickly, very karmically. It would have, like, thrown you off balance. Things would have been rough. It would have been hard, right? This would have been the easier decision to make, right? This is where I'm, like, kind of seeing your two, where the roads could diverge. Ollie, will you shut the door, please? And then, like, going back to the guarded energy, seeing the situation, having the foresight, not going through with the thing, it shows your path leading to this wheel of fortune and things working out. Both paths would have been honoring your personal truth. One led to pain and destruction, and the other leads to, like, good fortune and abundance. And this is why your readings have been so fucking confusing for the, like, last couple days, because, like, I'm seeing two paths, right? I'm seeing two ways that this situation could go, and it, like, every time I try to do your reading, it shows up like this. That's why I feel like you're literally in the middle of making a decision, or, like, or you've made a decision and you keep, like, thinking, like, what if I had done something different? What if I had, you know, done blah 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 instead of blah blah blah? It's like overthinking, very Wands energy, right? Like, kind of facing into yourself a little bit. Self-communication, I guess, is, like, I feel this energy of, like, you're hearing yourself out. Especially with the Eight of Swords in reverse. You don't want to be blindsided by shit. Four of Pentacles in reverse. This talks about your money. It's like saying, like, that you struggle with saving it, like, you like to spend it. But I think it's, like, kind of challenging you to really consider, like, saving aside money, or, like, putting aside, like, money for a rainy day. You know, have some, like, foresight, some planning towards your, like, future self, future needs. Seven of Wands. Yeah, you're choosing your path as we speak. You're making, like, you're really thinking through different paths, different outcomes, different scenarios. So you're like, it's like a wild card reading almost. It's like right now you're literally like creating parallel realities just in thinking about this. Like you're creating parallel potentialities, you know. Y'all always give me the weirdest readings. I feel like like I feel like I do this like every couple months with y'all where like there's just I try to read you and you guys are like so freaking difficult to read because you just like you're always up in your fucking head. You're always like Aquarians, I'm your polarity, right? So as an Aquarius, like me, I think very logically. I think, I think things through very quickly though, and then I like make decisions and I trust my intuition hella. So I don't like stay up in my head about it. I like make snap decisions and I'm like, that was the best decision. My higher self guided it, And you have to really do some shadow work to make sure that, you've done the shadow work, so you're not making bad snap decisions. But like as an Aquarius, I like to be able to make good decisions quickly, right? Be very decisive. I don't like being on the fence about shit. I don't like being in my head about shit. And so I think it's always funny when I do your readings and y'all are just in your fucking head. Like just sitting here like plotting up different like scenarios, different ways things could turn out, and like I don't know, it's kind of funny. I have to laugh, right? It's just very different from like how I operate. So, you guys are the polarities. Inside your head is so fucking different. It's funny. You're like, it'll take you 50 years to make one decision. And then I'll like make a decision in like 30 seconds and then I'll consider if it was the right decision for 50 years. But I act first, think later. You think first, act later. That's funny. It like makes it funnier to pick up on the energy because it's so like different. It's hard to fathom. But I do appreciate your way though. You probably make a lot less mistakes, right? Because you're not trying to be so fast about it. You give yourself time to be pensive, to really think through every obstacle that could come your way, everything. You know what? I'm just gonna pull some Kali cards actually, because I feel like since y'all are, just in between making decisions, I don't wanna push or like try to dive too deeply when you're still in the process of making a decision. I wanna know when you make the decision. But I like the Kali deck because I feel like it gives good guidance while you're in this pensive state of mind, I guess, or you're just kind of like dwelling, thinking, considering everything, all the things. Kalaratri. A process of profound and enduring transformation is leading you toward a powerful rebirth, free from even the most persistent patterns or pains of your past. Your soul is in deep healing. Recovery can be painful, but you will emerge renewed and released. You are blessed to experience a new life within this lifetime. Kali Kalmasa Nasini. It is time to free yourself from what has been. Learn from it, but not allow it to define you or direct the course of your life. Give up your stories about the past. You have outgrown them. Kali consumes mistakes, sins, and negativities. Let her free you now so you can be open to the gift of your life unfolding. Yeah, so I feel like instead of being so stuck on making decisions, what if you just like surrender to your outcome? Right? Let life make the decision for you. Right? Be like kind of in a free fall, like kind of state where you're just not resisting what, what feels right, what your intuition is guiding you towards, right? Like, we know when our intuition is saying something's not right. It happens in sporadic moments, right? I've had friends where we're just going for a walk and my friend's like, you know what, something doesn't feel right. And I'm like, okay, let's go this other way. Let's do something different, switch it up. Sometimes that just happens where there's your intuition steps in. And I feel that staying in alignment with that, right? And if something's a good decision, you feel that in your gut. You get like an excited feeling. You're just like, okay, this is the right decision to make. This feels right. My intuition isn't like body slamming me right now, And so, this is, about honoring your intuition moving forward. As a King of Wands, you are standing in your power, and you are very intuitive, right? You're intuitive like fire, though, not like water, and that's a whole different kind of intuition. You don't let your emotions run the show. You let your logic, right? You're kind of like a sword, or like an air sign in that sense, because you want to make the rational choice. And I think rather than overthinking it, surrender to your outcome, surrender to what moves right towards you, and really listen to your feelings so you're not stuck in your head constantly. Because if you intellectualize something and intellectualize it more and then just keep doing that, eventually, like, you can run yourself ragged. I do that with feelings. It's the worst, right? That's the Aquarius curse, is being able to intellectualize your own feelings until they're no longer feelings but just thoughts. And then when they're thoughts, then they're meaningless because they're fleeting and they're gone, right? And so, I kind of get that same sense of thing, like, that happens with you. I feel kind of this energy that if you like overthink something to death, you can eventually take all the feeling out of it, and you're just left with a thought, and then you sit there and you're like, well, this is fleeting anyway, so why hyper, like, and that ends up being your decision anyway. I was watching this video where this guy said, if you have to really think something through to know if you're making the right decision, the answer is no. The answer is no. And he said, because your intuition, is going to give you the correct answer first. And then when you overthink it, that's when you're prone to make the wrong decision. And so, trust your intuition to give you the right answer first, and and this is kind of where you let your, I don't want to say primal, but they are kind of like primal abilities, right? This is something built into you, but it's also divine abilities, right? Because it's interdimensional in a sense, but like using your intuition and really trusting that is like having full faith in yourself. And I think when you really believe in yourself, That's when you become dangerous, right? Because ain't nobody gonna stop you, right? And I mean, it doesn't have to be dangerous in a bad way. It could be dangerous in a great way. Like you're about to throw your energy into the world, right? Like dangerous, like Britney Spears dangerous or whatever. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much what I have for you. I hope this is helpful. Namaste. I love you guys, and I will catch you later.